Hi, I'm Tess Feifel, Senior Marketing Manager here at Instapage, and welcome to Landing Pages We Love. In this video series, we explore some of the top performing landing pages across industries and verticals to discover the secret sauce that makes these pages pop and converts visitors into customers. So today we're looking at Kiddom's landing page. If you're not familiar, Kiddom is an ed tech company and platform, and their target audience is primarily educators, specifically teachers, administrators, and school leaders. The platform, in short, is designed to support K through 12 education and provides tools and resources to enhance teaching and learning experiences. In this landing page specifically, their kind of headline and call to action is helping schools and districts go digital. So that value prop is loud and clear on this page right here, helping schools and districts go digital. So you know whether you're a leader, a teacher, or even an intern at a school, exactly what you're getting into. Now, this is a great hero section. Backing up a little from that great headline, this hero section is a great one. There is so much information and content above the fold that it makes it really easy to convert. And while your whole landing page should be chock filled with information and reasons and opportunities to convert, having all of that in the hero section and really making people feel comfortable converting without having to scroll is the optimal goal. So, besides having a great headline, how does Kiddom achieve this? So, in addition to that value driven headline and subheader, there's a clear visual of the product and expectations. You even see some of the logos here and here. Obviously, the school representing, a district or a school going digital, and the blues and greens allow that orange Kiddom logo to really pop. Also, just going back to a second to this headline and subheader section, this button, the CTA button, although it's very simple, it really pops. So when you scroll over it, there's a little animation. You can see that drop shadow. And the dark blue isn't quite like any other color on the page, except for this Get Started button, which is also a CTA. Also, all above the fold, at least on the desktop view, which is what we're currently on, you can see some social proof and trust building. Although this is a digital course, it's rigorous and it's standards aligned curriculum for teachers and school leaders to use. They note that they offer two of the highest rated core curriculums and go into a little bit about the logos and certifications they have. So in this hero section alone, above the fold, without having to scroll, you have a clear value prop, an easy path to conversion, and social trust. So just the hero section alone, we love it. But let's keep scrolling to see what else this page does. There is a lot of information here, but because of the format in bullet points and the clear color, so this purple here, and then the green and red here, it's kind of easy to digest. So if you know you're not interested in K-5 and maybe you're more interested in an English language arts course, you can ignore all the other colors, focus on the red. So that color psychology there and kind of grouping content in bullet points is really valuable. And then we come to one of my favorite sections, which there's this headline, Bring Your Curriculum to Life in Kiddom. But what I really love about this is there's tabs. So there's 4 different value props here, which is a lot of information, as well as 4 different screenshots of the product in action and what it would actually look like to you if you were using it. But it doesn't take up any scroll depth. And if you're maybe not interested in differentiate learning, but sharing with teachers is a big deal, you don't have to scroll through one to get to the other. This is a great way of containing a lot of information on the page without increasing scroll depth. And if you target someone on a search ad on mobile or a social ad on, let's say, Instagram, you're really going to want to minimize your scroll depth as much as possible. And adding tabs like this is a great way to do that. Finally, and interestingly enough, we come to what most people expect to see in the hero section, the form. This is quite far below the fold, and we're used to seeing forms right at the top, but I kind of like that Kiddom allows the room to breathe. You can convert at the very top, but if you want to keep scrolling and dig deeper, the form is right there and it doesn't take up valuable space in the hero because a form doesn't really add too much to the educational experience of the page. That being said, this still has that same CTA button, that learn more about Kiddom, with the same animation that we were used to in the heroes section. It's a pretty short form. It's very basic. They're really not asking anything you can't answer. And this, the what can we help you with, is actually an optional question that you can skip if you'd like to. And they also minimize any kind of form fatigue by adding a drop down here. So there's only a couple of form fields you actually need to fill out to get the info. And you'll also notice here, there's a video that has a testimonial in it that kind of goes through the product and the platform and what teachers and school leaders can expect. And I love that they put this here right next to the form. Typically, this is maybe what an above the fold section would look like, but I think they're doing something really interesting here because their main target audience is educators, and educators love to educate. So of course they'd like to educate themselves and maybe wouldn't want to have a form right at the top overwhelming them without providing any information. So I think this form at the bottom of the page, while it might not work for every vertical, I think if your audience is really keen on learning and it's more valuable to put information at the top of the page, that's really valuable. Now, although I love this page and we've gone through a ton of amazing aspects that you could add to your own landing pages, there are a few opportunities for experimentation. And of course, one of them is surprisingly not more moving the form up, but moving the video up. So right here, we have a static image at the top of the page. There's nothing wrong with that. This is a great designed image, and it even brings in the Kiddom logo and the Open Up Resources logo, showing that there's a partnership. So it's not like this is a basic image. It does kind of tell a story. However, video is always king, and it's great at telling stories. If you want to experiment with something like this, it might be interesting to use a heat map and see where people are going on your page. If you're not sure about switching an element, having some data to back it up can really help, and you can A/B test that placement. So if there's a lot of interest in an element, for example, if people are scrolling all the way down the page and still watching the video and clicking around it versus not really clicking or hovering over this image, you might want to try switching the video to be right here, replacing the static image, and put the school down here as a final call out or reminder. Or maybe just moving up the video, placing it either under the fold here or just a little higher on the page, or even adding it as the first tab in the Bring Your Curriculum to Life. And guess what? It might not happen. You might put your video here and not experience a lot of traction on it because maybe people aren't ready to watch the video until the very end. So that's just something to experiment with. And of course, it depends on your audience and what their interest is and where they are. So use things like heat maps and data tools to find out really what's of interest and what's of value on your page to your prospective customers. Another thing that I would experiment with is removing this nav bar. There are so many features and explanations in the Kiddom website, but that can be kind of overwhelming. Maybe I want to go check out a blog or a webinar and I forget to request a demo, or I move off the page, or I just get distracted. I think removing this partially and instead doing a sticky get started button here so that it travels down the page with you, allowing you to convert at any point, might be more valuable. If you really want to add another opportunity to learn more, maybe you can add a get started, login, and to learn more. But simplifying this nav bar can help potentially reduce distraction and keep people on your landing page longer, hopefully allowing them the chance to learn more about your product and get them to convert. Some final thoughts about this great landing page. One thing that I think is really cool is a lot of the time when you see a CTA here or here, this get started or this request a demo, it takes you to a different page. In Kiddom's case, it just speeds you down the page to convert down here so you still see the video and you're not missing any valuable content. I think that's a really cool feature. And if you don't want to waste valuable real estate on a form, doing this little trick is awesome, and it still reduces scroll depth because you're not forced to scroll through, especially on your phone, what might be a few seconds or scrolls on a page. Overall, I think the Kiddom landing page excels in providing a ton of information in a very succinct and easy to digest way. I love the video aspects, the tab aspects, how this page is interactive and pushes you to gain interest and learn more. If you liked this and would like to hear from other landing pages across industries and verticals, stay tuned for landing pages we love in the future, or check out our video tab on any social media that you're watching this on and explore past episodes. In the meantime, follow us on social media and stay up to date. And if you'd like to experiment for yourself some of these tips and tricks, whether it's reducing scroll depth, A/B testing, using heat maps, or any of that great stuff, in the top left of your screen, you'll see a QR code for a free trial, and you can sign up for 14 days free with Instapage and explore some of these with your own landing pages. That's it from me today. It was so great exploring this landing page with you, and I look forward to seeing you in the future. All right, bye.